Welcome to this week's Between the Bytes, where we are not as smart as your average nerd. I'm Rashbak Shandapur.
And I'm Gary Arnold.
And this week we're going to be giving you some updates with some white hat hackers, the iPhone updates and the new products they're coming out with, some hacks with Equifax, among other stuff.
A group of hackers in Europe, of research hackers that were trying to find exploits and weaknesses in a system, recently were able to get into somebody's Bitcoin wallet, their Bitcoin account, simply by knowing their name and mobile phone number, which aren't hard things to come by. What they did was that they would take your first and last name, get your Google account from those and your mobile phone number, and then they have this system, the software, that will intercept a text message. Straight out of Jason Bourne type stuff here. And the weakness really isn't in two-factor authentication. Two-factor is when you receive a text or something like that to confirm that you are who you are. The weakness is in the text messaging, because they were able to intercept a text message saying, here's a code to verify who you are. They got that code, were able to log into somebody's Gmail account, went over to the Bitcoin wallet, said reset the password, again, sent a code to their cell phone number or the email that they now have access to, reset that, were able to get in, and presumably would have been able to release funds to another account. They obviously didn't do that, it was just an experiment, but it's an interesting story about two-factor authentication. It's something that you need to be aware of. It may be something you use on your account. It's easy to deactivate if it's something you're worried about. This is a pretty rare instance, so we don't necessarily recommend just stopping all two-factor authentication because it's a good security feature, but just be aware that it's out there.
Yep. And an Apple update. Last week, Apple released their new versions of their iPhones, including the iPhone X. It will have an OLED display, a much larger screen, and a smaller bezel. Now, the cool thing that this phone's doing is it no longer has the home button that all the iPhones have come to be known for. It's there's no keypad for a password that you enter. It is Face ID authentication to log in. It even works in the dark, customized once again to the phone's user. It's a faster processor, but there's always a catch, Gary. The iPhone X is $999, starting at $999.
It's not available till November.
Till November. Do you foresee Apple continuing its kind of dominance in the cell phone world? These prices are significantly increasing, Gary.
Look, Apple knows its users, and Apple users, bless your hearts,
We're loyal.
are very loyal. But I buy laptops for cheaper than that, so I'm out.
That is
Definitely
a hefty chunk of change, and I may have to give up my loyalties as well.
Come to the Google side.
Oh.
In other news, a company called Proterra recently broke records for electric vehicles. Their electric bus went the longest distance on a single charge, farther than any other vehicle before it, even the small, light, one-person vehicles. The electric bus was able to go 1,102 miles on a single charge, which is incredible. No gas vehicle can do that, regardless of the gas type. They are obviously trying to put this into further development and get it out to cities over the coming years to have that become a regular occurrence, electric buses. They're developing a supercharging station that will be able to charge the buses in about an hour, which again isn't a problem. Buses usually come to a garage anyway, and so they've got all night to charge. And so something to look forward to down the line is seeing electric buses buzzing around town.
As we are aware, regarding Equifax, several weeks ago there was a hack breaching about 143 million Americans' accounts. Now, Equifax also recently found out that there was another breach back in March. Fortunately, maybe unfortunately, we don't know if any data was stolen, but it is still scary that someone was able to make that breach. There is a lot of vital personal information for a lot of people on Equifax.
Stocks are tanking for sure.
They are.
We do want to let you know that Equifax has set up a website where you can sign up for credit monitoring and protection. So that's something to look into, but also something to be very aware of is that scammers and criminals will be taking advantage of this and be saying, hey, check your credit or set up free monitoring. You want to be very wary of offers that seem too good to be true from unfamiliar sources. Always kind of look at a link before you click on it, see if it's weird or an email where it's really come from.
Tread lightly.
Tread lightly when it comes to this breach, as there will be criminals trying to take advantage of it. We've got a new piece of technology here at the Executech office that we wanted to show off a little bit. It's something that we've been previewing as part of our grand opening. Thanks again, by the way, to all those who made it out to our grand opening last week.
Lovely day.
Ton of fun, lots of great food and people. So we've got a new piece of technology as part of our new building. It's actually right behind us, or you, I guess. Really cool piece of technology, so stay tuned for that. We'll be demoing.
And on this week's Product Insider, we have Casey Coons here to give us a description, one of the techs here at Executech that we've also featured on Between the Bytes before. Casey, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Take us away.
So this is Microsoft's brand new Surface Hub. It's an 82-inch screen. It's great for meetings, conference calls. A lot of multitasking capabilities on this thing, and overall it's an awesome product for large environments like this where everybody's meeting. So
How's it work?
cool, so yeah, we'll just jump into it. When you first load it up, it takes you to all the apps that are available. There are more apps that are available once you install all the updates and all the plugins are ready for it. So we'll jump into just the whiteboard here so you can kind of see how the multitasking works on here. So with this, you can draw with your hands, or on your side over there, you can grab it if you want. There's a pen.
Oh, awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
So both of us can be drawing at the same exact time. The other cool thing that you can do on here, so like I said, it's great for multitasking. So let's see. So say that you had somebody drawing over here and you needed a presentation or something over here. You can do both things at the same time. Okay, so one of the other cool things that you can do on here, it comes preloaded with Microsoft's Maps. And so on Maps, so you can zoom in on any location, anywhere in the world. So it comes with satellite images everywhere, very similar to Google Maps. And then on here, you can basically fly around in 3D space and see all different buildings and how things are laid out.
So cool.
Yeah,
Casey, once again, thanks for coming by,
of course.
making time for us, and that will do it for this week's product demo.
This is Frontline worthy.
Y'all. Sorry.
Welcome to Executech Frontline. We're bringing you breaking news about cyber attacks and other digital threats that may be relevant to you. Recently on Between the Bytes, several weeks ago, we covered a software called CCleaner. It's actually a very useful software. A lot of techs will use it to clean up unnecessary data and other files hanging around your computer. Unfortunately, we've recently found out that CCleaner was infected by malware. Hackers were able to get in and inject malware into the legitimate software. Fortunately, the company that owns CCleaner has already sent out a fix so that the malware will not take effect and will be removed. It also was only affecting 32-bit machines. Most machines nowadays run on 64-bit, so most people don't even have anything to worry about. But it's just something to keep in mind. Keep your software up to date, keep your operating system up to date, and all these things can be avoided. That's it for today on Frontline. We're back.
We're back.
And you thought that we had forgotten about our third member of the cast, but we haven't. She's not battery powered, please hold.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Alexa, tell us a joke.
Why do meteors prefer cold showers when they get home?
Why?
They're always burning up on entry.
Yeah, we'll catch you next week on Between the Bytes.
See you next week.